Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up on the news, a jury has found 2 Trump Organization companies guilty of criminal tax fraud.
Plus, Governor Ricketts says he's wanting to be appointed to the Senate to replace Ben Sasse. But first,
mothers who are posting nothing but positive, happy, exciting experiences are also having rough times too.
Many of us have been influenced by what we see on social media, and sometimes that's not a good thing. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. A new study says influencers and social media sites can create a toxic culture for mothers.
Researchers say this leads to feeling extra pressure to be perfect parents. Channel 8's Veronica Barreto joins us live with more on the impacts of this study. Veronica?
The study was published this December. It has some concerning findings that can affect first-time mothers and their expectations, especially their mental health. UNL's assistant professor Sierra Kirkpatrick was working on her doctorate when she became a first-time mom. Her own experiences inspired her dissertation research.
And as I became a parent, I realized that social media was having a huge influence on me. Seeing the portrayals of other mothers on social media and their children made me compare my experiences.
Kirkpatrick's research exposed 464 new mothers to 20 Instagram posts from the accounts of mommy influencers and everyday mothers. Some of these posts idealize motherhood, like for example, you could see clean houses, happy kids, extravagant vacations and experiences. Others presented more of a real environment. The study found that the idealization of motherhood on social media influences many new moms in a negative way.
It increases their anxiety and their envy, and so this was the first study to actually show that relationship between the posts and the negative effects on their health.
Kirkpatrick says this tendency is not new.
Back in the 70s and 80s, motherhood was glamorized even then, but it was in the form of magazines with celebrity moms.
But recently, it has gotten worse.
But now, anybody can post a portrayal of their motherhood experience because we all have access to social media.
The pandemic made it even more problematic. Seeing the world through our phones became a bigger part of our lives.
This was a time, especially for mothers who became mothers for the first time during the pandemic like me, where we felt even more alone.
Kirkpatrick says hospitals should provide more information to new mothers on how social media affects their expectations.
Social media is not a portrayal of real life. It's a portrayal of the highlights of real life. So those mothers who are posting nothing but positive, happy, exciting experiences are also having rough times too.
Kirkpatrick says mothers should post more real-life experiences and know the impact they can have in others. Kirkpatrick says the next step in her research is to see if there are certain mothers that are more affected by these portrayals. To know more on this study, you can visit KLKNTV.com.
Veronica, thank you very much for our top story tonight. Well, sticking with our kids, students from across LPS gathered today for an Equity and Inclusion Day. They took part in various discussions.
Now, the main goal here is for students to be advocates for equity and inclusion when they go back to their school and home.
A variety of things. I think, as I talked about, is networking. Honestly becoming an ally and an advocate, which many of them already are. Many of our greatest social, I don't want to say changes, but successes have come on the backs and from the feet and the steps of young people.
Now, this is the 5th year for the event, and this year the organizers invited Omaha West Side to also have students participate. Students heard from different speakers throughout the day, and about 70 different students from different backgrounds attended the day-long event. A big announcement today from Governor Ricketts, but for many, not surprising. He wants to be the next U.S. Senator from Nebraska.
He'll be seeking appointment by Governor-elect Jim Pillen to take over Ben Sasse's seat. As many of you know, Senator Sasse announced he would be resigning to become president at the University of Florida. Ricketts, who will complete his 8 years of governor next month, says he's applying for the Senate seat. Governor-elect Jim Pillen will make the final decision in early January. Back in October, when Sasse announced his resignation, Ricketts said he would not appoint himself as the state's next U.S. Senator.
I was not, planning on taking this seat so early, before Senator Sasse announced in October that he was going to be resigning at some point. As the governor of Nebraska, I love this state, and I'd love to look for additional ways to be able to help the people of Nebraska, and this may be one of those opportunities.
Sass will officially step down January 8th, and his successor will cover the next 2 years of his term. Well, in national news, all eyes are on Georgia today as people are casting their final ballots in the crucial Senate runoff race. Republicans trying to flip the seat to keep the Senate at 50-50.
While Democrats hope to strengthen their majority in order to further President Biden's agenda more easily. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
Georgians are voting in droves, heading back to the polls in this high-stakes Senate runoff race.
I voted for Herschel, and I think he would do a good job representing Georgia.
I trust Mr. Warnock much more significantly than his opponent.
Incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and Republican challenger Herschel Walker both campaigning in the final hours as ballots are cast. Both candidates going after each other's character. Warnock with this message earlier today.
The people of Georgia deserve someone who will walk with them, and Georgia is better than Herschel Walker.
Walker refusing to address Warnock's attacks, instead focusing on tying Warnock to President Joe Biden.
Right now, Georgia is looking for a senator that's going to speak for them. Raphael Warnock has not spoken for Georgia.
Warnock won more votes in November, but not enough to prevent a runoff. Republicans have this final opportunity to flip a seat, which would keep the Senate at 50-50. But if Warnock wins, Democrats would secure a 51-49 majority, which would make it easier to further President Biden's agenda, including passing legislation and confirming judges.
It's really critical, not just for Georgia, but all the country. You know, just having one Senate alone can make a big difference.
More than 1.8 million people voted early, shattering records. And because of that early voting, analysts say polling is trending in Warnock's favor, but historically Republicans tend to vote in person on Election Day. Rena Roy, ABC News, Atlanta.
Let's head to the Weather Center and talk to Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins. Rusty, how are we looking on this Tuesday?
Pretty quiet. Not a whole lot going on out there right now. That is going to change as we head past Wednesday. But before that, we got to get to Wednesday. And we are going to see just clear skies throughout much of the night tonight. Not much going on the satellite and radar right now. Just a few clouds on the edges. So we have a pretty good looking sunset on that Schoen Roofing Beatrice cam. It looks like it's just kind of quiet and a few clouds on the horizon. 36 degrees in Beatrice right now. Hebron, a touch warmer at 38 degrees, 37 in Nebraska City. You go a little further north and west and it warms up on you. 47 in Broken Bow, 46 in North Platte. McCook checking in at 47 degrees. It is 37 degrees, 10 degrees cooler in the capital city. Wind speed is pretty much non-existent. It's out of the south for most of us in southeast and central Nebraska at 5 to 10 miles per hour, a little bit out of the north the further west you go. But outside, it's going to be cooling off as we head through early evening, 36 degrees by 6 p.m., down to the freezing mark by 8 p.m. with mostly clear skies, a light south wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and around 30 degrees by 10 o'clock this evening. We are going to see a chance for some precipitation, and what kind is going to be determined by a warm front. We'll have all the details for you in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Thank you, Rusty. Well, in Lincoln, we have new footage from the overnight drive-by shootings we first reported the week of Thanksgiving. In total, 3 locations were shot at.
The final shooting was near 17th and Knox Streets, and police say the house there was hit 10 times, and they need your help identifying the car in the video. Cameras in the area captured a vehicle of suspicion present before you hear the gunshots in the video. The investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information, you're urged to call police or Crime Stoppers as soon as possible. The Nebraska State Patrol is sending another reminder to everyone when it comes to having maybe a few drinks during the holiday season.
After another driver blew more than 3 times the legal limit. Take a look at this photo shared by NSP. We're told troopers caught someone going more than 100 miles per hour with a blood alcohol of nearly 0.3. NSP says the driver was stopped in the Omaha area. And speaking of Omaha, a man was sentenced for placing a noose on a black colleague's chair. 66-year-old Bruce Quinn was sentenced to 4 months in prison for a civil rights violation.
The incident happened back in 2020 at Oriental Trading. The victim found a piece of orange twine twisted into the shape of a noose on the chair of the floor scrubber he used. The victim was the only black employee there trained to use the scrubber.
The Omaha FBI issued a statement that says, in part, quote, "This case highlights the FBI's mission to aggressively investigate civil rights crimes and bring justice to those who victimize someone because of the color of their skin." To some developing news now, a guilty verdict today against former President Trump's company.
The Trump Organization was convicted of tax fraud in a case brought against it by the Manhattan District Attorney in New York. ABC's Alexis Christoforous has the latest.
A Manhattan jury has found 2 Trump Organization companies guilty of criminal tax fraud, and now former President Donald Trump's real estate company could face a $1.6 million fine. Trump and his family have not been charged in this case, but the 2 Trump Organization entities have been convicted on all counts they faced, including tax fraud, falsifying business records, conspiracy, and related crimes. During the 4-week trial, prosecutors allege that for 15 years, the Trump Org helped top executives avoid paying income taxes on things like rent, private school tuition, and luxury cars. The jury heard from star prosecution witness and former Trump Org CFO Alan Weiselberg, who testified that it was his own personal greed that led to the case. A spokesperson for the Trump Organization responding to that guilty verdict, saying in part, "The notion that a company could be held responsible for employees' actions to benefit themselves on their own personal tax returns is simply preposterous." Now, though Trump is not personally being charged here, experts say this guilty verdict for his family's real estate business is a devastating day for him and his bid for the presidency in 2024. In New York, Alexis Christoforous, ABC News.
And coming up, Emmy-winning actress Kirstie Alley passing away.
We'll take a look at her life and legacy when we come back. Stay with us. Now to the passing of Hollywood actress Kirstie Alley.
The family of the Cheers star saying she passed away after battling cancer that was only recently discovered. ABC's Zorin Shaw is in Los Angeles with more.
Where everybody knows your name.
And everyone is remembering hers. Kirstie Alley, often known for playing Rebecca Howe in the TV show Cheers, passed away at age 71 after a short battle with colon cancer. Her children True and Lily writing, "She was surrounded by her closest family and fought with great strength.
We've known each other only seconds, and I'm already tired of you."
Her role on Cheers stretching 6 years and earning her an Emmy in 1991.
I only thank God I didn't have to wait as long as 10.
And she made it on the big screen too, teaming up with John Travolta in the smash hit Look Who's Talking, which raked in $140 million domestically, leading to sequels Look Who's Talking 2 and Look Who's Talking Now.
Look, if you have to know my life history, I was artificially inseminated.
But with stardom came controversy. ABC's Barbara Walters asking her during a 1992 interview why she joined what she called was an enormously controversial Church of Scientology, and Alley saying she had not come across anything that was negative. She was open about many aspects of her life, including her public fight with weight loss, starring in the series Fat Actress.
Do I look fat? No.
Alley was married twice, but said if she married again, she would, quote, leave the guy within 24 hours because she was sure he would tell her not to do something. Guys, it didn't matter what she was telling us. She always kept us laughing. Zorin Shaw, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now, your Storm Alert team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Quiet out there right now. In fact, if you all the way over here, we're 1 day away from a full moon, and it's really close. So it's kind of a cool looking shot from the Southeast Community College cam at 84th and O Street. Very quiet night out there, and it's going to remain quiet tonight. It'll remain quiet as we head through the day tomorrow. Then things change up a little bit. So we have a lot to get to, but what's going on out there right now? If you head out, not bad. 42s. East Campus, Southeast Community College, Yankee Hill Road, 37 at the airport, and a little warmer the further west you go. 40s out there in Grand Island, Kearney, Hastings, and Aurora. In the lower 40s, Central City as well. Calm wind, not much of a wind. Wahoo, Columbus, calm winds, 5, 6, 7 miles per hour for most of us. That's a quiet night. So here we go. This is setting the stage. Satellite, radar, quiet for now. Maybe a little rain way over here in the northeastern parts of Colorado. So quiet tonight. There's a few clouds streaming by, a few clouds to the north, to the west. This is 6 a.m. Wednesday. Not much going on. Plenty of sunshine during the day on Wednesday. This is 5 p.m. Still just a few clouds out there. But watch to the south. This is a warm front, and this is going to bring with it some moisture. And by all means, we need every drop of moisture we can get. The problem is what kind. Now, on this side over here of the warm front, likely going to be rain. Along it and just to the north, freezing rain possibility, and then the further away you get from the warm front, the better chance for snow. So that sets that up. This is 7 a.m. Thursday, rain likely. That warm front bends to the north a little bit. Freezing rain, freezing drizzle just to the north, and then snow potential here in central and north central Nebraska. Could see an inch or two of snow out of this. Rainfall, could see a 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 an inch, and then everything pushes off to the north and east. Rain to the south, snow to the north. Again, we could see 1 or 2, maybe 3 inches from north central into northeastern Nebraska by Thursday evening, and then everything pushes on out of here. So should be a mess on Thursday, but it'll be gone as we head into Thursday night. Now, the ice potential is likely our biggest concern, and here's what it looks like as we head through the day on Thursday. There's kind of a swath right here from south central, central, into northeastern Nebraska, and it doesn't take much. So don't worry about the numbers here, 0.01 to 0.15. Any ice accumulation, and that makes things kind of a mess. So in advance of that, National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory for in and around Grand Island, central Nebraska, south central Nebraska for Thursday, starting at midnight and going through 3 p.m. for freezing drizzle, freezing rain, and maybe an inch of snow. Would not surprise me if we see a few more of those, especially to the north and northeast. But we've got a whole day. I mean, the potential is on Thursday, Today's Tuesday. Also, speaking of potential, this is how much rain we could see. The further away you get from that warm front, again, could be mixing in with some freezing precipitation, but the further south and east, better chance for rain. And again, we'll take every drop we can get. Tonight, temperatures dropping into the lower and middle 20s. 23, mostly clear, near normal. Very quiet night tonight. South wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, cooler to the north, a little warmer to the south. So from Lincoln south, I think we'll see the upper 40s, 48, mostly sunny in Lincoln. A mild day, really a nice day on Wednesday considering, and a northeast wind at 5 to 15. So there's that mixed precipitation chance on Thursday. We'll drop to around 38, and temperatures are going to be key, and it always is when you're talking about an ice potential. Then we warm back up as we head through Friday into Saturday, 42 and 44. Then we'll do it again on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, with mixed precipitation possibly changing into just a snow possibility by Tuesday. That's our next system. We'll kind of get that one figured out after we get done with this potential one on Thursday. So have a way to keep up to date with everything that's going on. Check in with, we'll have updates tonight at 6 and 10, and then Malcolm tomorrow morning. We'll keep everybody up to date.
Oh yeah, because just a couple degrees change can really shift that moisture.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. It really doesn't.
All right, thank you, Rusty. Another negative day on Wall Street. The Dow falling 351 points. NASDAQ is down 225. S&P also losing 58 points. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source. Finally tonight, a Connecticut mom is a real-life hero. A surprising find at an airport screening shocks TSA.
An Oxford dictionary unveils the word of the year. Jeremy Roth has it all in tonight's Take a Look at This.
Yesterday, we brought you a hero dad and a coyote. Today, it's mom's turn to save the day. 5-year-old Riley McNamara was heading outside to catch the school bus when the unlikeliest of attackers struck. Watch as a raccoon pounces on the leg of the little girl, who then lets out a blood-curdling scream. Within seconds, Mom Logan is there and springs into action.
I thought maybe she slammed her finger in the door. I definitely wasn't expecting to walk out and see a raccoon wrapped around her leg.
As Riley runs inside, Mom wrestles with the raccoon, eventually flinging it across the lawn. The animal disappears, and Mom and Riley head to the hospital to get rabies shots for some minor scratches and bites. This mom is definitely getting the biggest present under the tree. Speaking of presents, one airline passenger may be getting a lump of coal this year thanks to the TSA. Check out this picture of the items that were confiscated from his bag at LaGuardia Airport in New York City. A pre-departure screening captured not 1, not 2, but 6 prohibited items in his carry-on bag. Let's count them down, shall we? 3 saw blades, a switchblade, a knife that folds into a bullet-shaped sheath, and nunchucks. Really, bro? Nunchucks? I didn't know the Ninja Turtles were holding auditions. Master Splinter, I mean the TSA, says if you must bring these items with you, put them in your checked bag, which is what the man eventually did with his items, and he was able to continue onto his flight. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
I guess some people take their nunchucks anywhere.
Well, you never know when you might need them. Yep. All right, let's get a final check of the weather, Rusty.
That mom with the raccoon needed the nunchucks.
She needed them, yes.
That's what, anyway, we've got a chance for mixed precipitation coming our way on Thursday, bookend by pretty nice couple of days on Wednesday and Friday.
All right, thank you, Rusty, and thank you for joining us.
Have a great night. We'll see you back here at 6.
With the Channel 8 News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
The spas are here. Truckloads of spas arriving weekly. Hurry in today. These spas are going fast. Spas are in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Supreme Spa and Pool.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness News is brought to you by Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Grow your family's Christian faith and share the love of God with